piecing it together there at the end was great, and yeah, to hear that radio call that I was on P1, that's pretty awesome. It doesn't happen too often, so today was pretty sweet.
Second is of course not that bad, but in the way we were going through qualifying, I think we expected a lot more, but it's what it is. You know, you can't change it now.
It was going well, lap by lap. Just unfortunate on the final lap. I had Giovinazzi. He went off the circuit into turn 5, and he came back, and that meant I lost my lap. Really, I was going a lot faster. I think I had a really good first sector, but unfortunately I wasn't able to complete the lap.
We could see already from Q1 that they can make the intermediate switch on, and it was possibly a bit too wet for us to get them to switch on, but it worked for them. So yeah, I mean, it's only about tyres at the end of the day.
I'm quite happy with how I built up to it. You know, I think I didn't go guns a-blazing. You know, the first session, obviously risk going off because it was high risk, but chipped away at it, and then yeah, P5, I'll definitely take that. I'm really happy with the result today.
One of the hardest, probably if not the hardest in terms of grip. Usually in the wet it's already quite poor in general, but here it's like 10 times, 20 times worse than any other track that we've been to in terms of grip. So it was a challenge, but we were all in the same boat.
As soon as we put the wets, you know, we improved by 1 second or 1.5 seconds with only one lap. So I felt like I did the lap of the season there. So it's a shame to only be 7th. I think there was opportunity to be well in the top 5, but yeah, that's how it is. There will be plenty of opportunities tomorrow.
All in all, I think we made the best out of it, and for sure we got better results now than, let's say, if it would have been more normal track condition, we definitely wouldn't be this high.
That was the biggest thing today, get enough temperature in the tires and maintain it, or even build it up during the runs, and we couldn't do it. I think other teams did better job on that. We have to understand that.
Good for the team, you know, took us in Q3. So tomorrow, for sure, from there we can do well, and this is what we need to do.
It's difficult. We didn't really know where we were because no one went out at the same time and everything. So we knew it was going to be tricky. But I think today showed a lot with the car's not quite good enough. Then it makes the life a lot more tricky. And today was too tricky for us to put the lap time in.
It's been a tricky session. So obviously disappointing that we didn't make it through, because even though it's been slippery, we looked okay the whole weekend. But yeah, we'll see what we can do tomorrow now.
We gambled on the inters and it simply didn't work. And by the time the temperature was coming up on the wets, we were just, the session was over. So a shame, very upset about it. I'm not gonna lie. It's what it is, and let's see tomorrow from P13 what we can do.
In the heavy rain in FP3 this morning, we were competitive. We were probably one of the fastest cars out on track. Coming into qualifying 6 seconds off, so we are not speaking about few tenths. We are 6 seconds off, which is absolutely huge. I have no explanations for that.
I must say it's fun. Like, I enjoy these conditions because it's really challenging. But just the fact that yeah, obviously most important is the performance, and just today we didn't have it.
There was a yellow flag all of the lap, and everyone improved. I backed off for those yellow flags. Everyone seemed to be improving. You know, I was P7 and I got knocked out, so clearly nobody gave a F.
I'm very disappointed with myself. Very stupid mistake. I just spun. That's it.
I mean, it was just incredibly difficult getting those tyres working. If you could, it makes a hell of a difference. And I learned that in FP2 yesterday, and unfortunately just couldn't get them working in the wet today.
Generally, I think I just didn't drive well. You know, the first run I wasn't doing a good job, and the outlap of that run was much better. I got a bit in the rhythm, managed to push the throttle on the straight, which was the biggest challenge today, and I was quite confident we could improve. But I got to turn 1 and lock up, and that was game over.
Just literally couldn't do a lap. I mean, the only lap I did was just before I got red flagged the first time, so it was clearly, you know, way too much water on track. And yeah, it is what it is. I mean, tomorrow anything could happen, and that's what the focus is going to be.